Welcome, my dear students. In this lecture, we will see two programs in computer programming through C language. This is my 8th lecture of computer programming through C language. The code of the paper is 1600302. Dear students, this video lecture is prepared based on SBTE syllabus. So, lecture 8 belongs from unit 2. The name of the unit is Algorithm for Problem Solving. So dear student, in this video lecture we will see the first program, summation of a set of numbers, and second program we will see reversing digits of an integer. The content of today's video lecture is we will see the concept of algorithm and flowchart. So how the algorithm and flowchart helps us to solve the problem. Then we will see the source code of sum of n numbers. I will explain you clearly how the program will work for the summation of n numbers. Then we will see the concept of sum of digits, and then we will reverse the number also. So in this video lecture we will see these concepts. So dear students, the first program we have sum of n numbers. What we have? Sum of n numbers in C language. So in this program we have to keep some points in our mind. So first point here, we will take n numbers from the user. That means the user is going to be enter n numbers for the addition. Second point says here, the user will enter a number, enter the number of integer you want to add. Dear students, please don't be confused here. When the coding will be work, this output will become in front of the user screen. Then the user will be enter how many numbers they are going to be add here. So second point says that they are going to be take the number of integers which we are going to be add here. Third point, it's related with the second point. The user will enter numbers of integer, example 4. So suppose the user enter the number of integers you want to add is 4. That means the user given 4 number. That means the 4 numbers they are going to be add in the program. Then the user will again give 4 different numbers. For example, the fourth point says that then user will enter 4 numbers of integer, for example 1, 2, 3, 4. Why? Because the third line says here the user will enter how many number they are going to be add. So they are going to be add 4 numbers. Then what are the 4 numbers they are going to be add? So they are going to be add 1, 2, 3, 4. Finally, the output will become like sum of integers equal to 10. How it came 10? So 1 plus 2 become 3, 3 plus 3 becomes 6, 6 plus 4 equal to 10. So these are the points we have to keep in our mind, and based on these points only our coding will work out. So we are going to write this program with using the concept of array, or without using the concept of array we can do it. Now we will see the concept of algorithm here, and we will also see the qualities of a good algorithm. So dear students, I am asking one question: what do you mean by algorithm? In previous video already I explained about the concept of algorithm and flowchart clearly, but for revision again I have taken this content. So algorithm means it's a step-by-step procedure which is used to get a desired output. In other words, we can say that it's a set of instruction which help us to perform a specific task. Dear students, algorithm means it's a step-by-step well-defined procedure. In other words, we can say it's a set of instruction designed in such a way to perform a specific task. What is a specific task here? A specific task means what we desire. That is our specific task, right? Now the quality of the good algorithm, how the algorithm should be. So the first point says here, input and output should be defined precisely. That means input and output should be defined exactly. Second point, each step in the algorithm should be clear and unambiguous. As I told you, it's a well-defined step-by-step procedure. That means it should be clear and it's unambiguous, without any confusion or complexity. Each step should be clear. Third point says that algorithm must effective among many different ways to solve a problem. So our algorithm should be effective to solve different ways to the problem. Fourth point says that algorithm should not contain computer code. Sometimes we are writing a syntax and some computer codes while writing the algorithm of any problem. So that should be not. Last point says that, but not least, algorithm should be written in such a way so that it should be independent in programming language. That means the last point is one of the most important point and the most important quality of a good algorithm. Our algorithm should be program independent, or we can say that language independent, right? So these are the basic points I have given in front of you about the quality of a good algorithm. Now we will see the algorithm of n numbers. So we have some steps here. We will see each step one by one. Step 1, we will start the program. Step 2, we are going to get the n numbers from the user by using input device such as keyboard. Step 3, I initialize variable sum as 0. Dear students, I please make a point here. I initialize the variable. I have taken one variable. The variable name is sum, and I initialize as a 0. Why? Because the compiler should not carry the garbage value while storing the number in sum, so that if any number will be added to the sum already having initial value is 0. So 0 plus any number become same, nothing changes will be there. So step 4, I initialize cont C as 1. So this cont C will be going to be used in our for loop. So I initialize as a 1. Step 5, here the counter will work out. While cont is less than or equal to n, then number to be added and repeated show. So here the condition is given here. When cont is less than or equal to n, then number to be added and repeated do. That means if the cont is less than or equal to n is the number which we have taken from the user. So our cont is less than or equal to n, then it will be added and repeated, right? Then step 6 says that write the sum of nth number. That means all number. Nth means altogether number. And step 7, stop the program. So we have 7 steps in the algorithm of sum of n numbers. I hope, my dear students, it's clear for you. This is the flowchart of finding sum of n numbers. We are using oval shape to start the program. As already I discussed in the previous video, all the symbols I explain you clearly. So flowchart means what? It's a pictorial representation. It's a pictorial representation. So here, based on the algorithm, I am just giving this flowchart. So here start using the oval symbol, and here is the input. We are getting the input from the user. For that we use a parallelogram symbol, and here we are using a rectangle symbol for the processing. So set sum equal to 0. Then diamond shape is using for the making a decision. So here we are checking a condition. If n is greater than 0, if this condition will be satisfied, then we can go ahead, else we can come out of the loop. So sum equal to sum plus n modulus 10, then n equal to n divided by 10, then print the sum. So this way our program will work out. So flowchart is the pictorial representation of the algorithm. So that I have given this exact what we discussed in the algorithm. The same thing I represented with the help of a flowchart here. Now this is our source code in C language to sum n numbers using a for loop. That means we are using the concept of a for loop and we are going to sum n numbers. This is our header file. As we know that is a standard input output. Int main, this is the main function. We started a curly bracket. Our program will be start from here. Now we have a data type integer. Now we have a variable n sum. Already I told you we initialize as a 0. Cont, that means C here, and value. Now printf, this is the printf. This is again, this printf is related with the standard input output header. So enter the number of integer you want to add, then how many number you are going to be add. For that the program is asking from the user. So suppose the program will enter 4, so that 4 will be stored by scanf. This is the input taking from the user. So scanf means to taking the input from the user. Now printf, enter integers. That means which integers? 4 integers. Suppose we printf they have enter 4, then here now they are going to be integer. They are going to be enter 4 integers. So they are going to be integer all 4 here. So in previous slide already I told you 1, 2, 3, 4. They have given a number. So for I equal to 1. So for loop I started here. Counter C is started. So C equal to 1. C less than or equal to n and C plus plus. Here C is the counter Already I told you I initializes as a 1. In the previous slide I told you n is what? N is the number which is taking from the user. That means total number. How many numbers? The 4. So that means it will be go till 4 numbers. So C++, every time the value will be incremented by 1. Now scanf, the value will be getting from the user one by one. Now sum equal to sum plus value. That means sum equal to sum plus value. That means I enter 1, the 1 will be stored in sum, then again enter 2, then sum 1, or 1 is already previously is there, huh? So here 1 already is there. Now again I enter 2, so how much it will become? Here it will become 3. So next time, the third time when I enter value 3, then here though some value will be become 3 and this become again 3, then how much it will become? 6, right? The same way the fourth number, our fourth number is 4. So fourth, this will become, sum become 6, this will be add by 4, then what will be the sum here? This become 10. I hope it is clear for you. So like this it will be work. So this is our source code for performing summation of n numbers using for loop. Dear students, I hope it is clear for you. So this is the output screen. Same screen I have taken for your reference. So enter the number of integers you want to add. So they have enter 4. Now enter 4 integers. So what are the 4 integers? They are 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 integers they entered here and the sum of the integer is 10. So this way our program will work out. So this is all about our first program in C programming language. So this is the output screen. Now we will see the second program here, the summation of digit and reverse of number. This is the second program for us. While going to perform the second program, we must have to keep some point in our mind. So first, what we are going to keep? C program to reverse a number and to print it on the screen. That means we are going to reverse and print on the screen. Second point says that we are going to invert number looking at it and write it from opposite direction. That means if I have written 1, 2, 3, then I will again write in the opposite direction. That means 3, 2, 1. The same way in third point it's mentioned, right? In third point I mentioned here. So this is the exact concept of the reverse of a number. So that means in the program we use modulus operator to obtain digit of the number, and the last point says that to invert the number we should write the digit from right hand sides to the left hand side. That means as usually we are writing number from left hand side to the right hand side, but during the reverse of a number we will write the number or we will write the digit from right hand side towards the left hand side. I hope my dear student it's clear. So this is the algorithm already I discussed. So what is algorithm? It's a set of rules to obtain the expected output from the given input. So what are the input you have given? The same you have a desire to get the output. So characteristics of the algorithm already we discussed. We must have well-defined input and outputs. Our algorithm should be clear and unambiguous. Then our algorithm should be language independent, and our algorithm must be finiteness. That means our algorithm must terminate. So this is the one concept of the algorithm I have given here for your reference. So I think it's clear for you by the picture way I presented here. Now we will see the algorithm of sum of digit and reverse of a number. So this we will see how to write the algorithm. So we have a 11 steps. The first step, we will start the program. Now read the number from the user. Now we can set sum equal to 0 and reverse equal to 0. Step 4 says that we will repeat step 5 to 8 while we are using the condition while loop here. Now step 5 says that set d equal to num mod 10. Step 6 says that num equal to num divided by 10, and set num equal to sum plus d. Here d is again a variable like sum. Now set reverse equal to reverse into 10 plus d. Here plus sign is using for the addition. Then finally print the sum and print the reverse number. So this is the basic way to write the algorithms. So I just have written algorithm for your reference. Now this is the flowchart to find and to reverse of a number based on what we discussed in the algorithm. The same algorithm we are going to represent in a picture way. I have done here. So I start the program taking input from the user, then set the value reverse equal to 0, then we are checking the condition here, and finally this is the processing. As I told you, rectangle symbol is using for the processing of the operation. So this all processing is done here. Then finally we will get the reverse number as a output. So this is the flowchart for reverse of a number. Now we have a source code here. So the sum of digit and reverse of a number, the program will work like this. We have a two header file here, studio.h and conio.h. Studio.h is using for the printf and scanf, and conio.h, that is console input output header file, that is using for the clear screen and getch. This already I explained you in our previous video lecture. So now we are using here integer data type. We have a sum num equal to 0, reverse equal to 0, d. So we have a 4 data type here, and all these 4 data types are considered as an integer data type: num, sum, reverse and d. Now we are going to ask the number from the user, so that enter the number we have given as a printf. Now scanf, while loop we are using here for reversing the digit. So this actually, dear students, these are the basic coding for reversing a number. You just try to understand this coding. While num, here curly bracket we have open it, d equal to num modulus 10. Now num equal to num divided by 10, sum equal to sum plus d. Now reverse equal to reverse into 10 plus d. So this is the basic concept we are using in sum of digit and reverse of a number. We will see the output here now. So the output of our program is, we enter the number 1, 2, 3. So we have this 3 different number 1, 2, 3. We enter 1 time. Second time we enter 2 number, and third time we enter 3 number. So sum of the number will be 1 plus 2 become 3, 3 plus 3 become 6. So we have a 3 number. Now reverse of the number, this is our number. Now what will be the reverse of the number? So 3, 2 and 1. So it's going from which side? Right hand side to the left hand side, right? It's going from right hand side to the left hand side. Like this way, the program will work out. I hope it's clear for you, my dear students. So this is the summary what we discussed today video lecture. So I hope we learned about algorithm, the concept of algorithm and flowchart. Hopefully you understood about the concept of both programming language, how the summation of n numbers will work out, and the last program, how the reverse of a number executed. For your reference, I have given books and YouTube link. Kindly visit this link to acquire more knowledge, and please refer this book to have more understanding about the programming. Thank you. Thank you so much. Dear students, we will meet in our next video.